Imagine what was found in the rice federal government gave to Oyo State as palliative. Just few days after the federal government of Nigeria gave Oyo State government 1,800 bags of rice during this COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, the Oyo State government rejected the rice after discovery that the rice had gone bad and it cannot take any chance of giving it to the people because it cannot be consumed by them. Nigerian Customs Service was ordered by the federal government to donate 1,800 bags of rice each to Oyo, Osun, and Ekiti states, and 800 bags to Ondo State as part of the effort to cushion the effects of COVID-19 on the four states. The camp controller of custom Oyo Osun, who is Helen Ngozi, command had on Monday handed over the bags of rice each to the government of Oyo, Osun, Ondo, and Ekiti. It was then discovered that the rice were infested by weevil and other pests and took the decision in the interest of the health of residents of the state. Debo Akonde, who is then the executive adviser on agribusiness to the Oyo government, revealed the government had rejected its own share of rice. Mr. Akonde, who made this announcement, said inspections were done by the state's Food Security Committee of the COVID-19 task force. Thank you for listening to the news. Viewers, you can imagine. You can imagine what the federal government is giving as palliative to states. You can imagine the the insult the federal government is releasing to citizens at this critical time. The federal government cannot spend money to get something good for the masses. Instead, they end up getting poison for the masses to feed on and die. How can the federal government descend so low into getting a spoilt rice? Will they say that they are not aware of the kind of rice they have ordered the custom to supply to these states? Nigeria will never change. We will never change. In every area sector, we end up practicing this corruption. Even in the food and agricultural sector, we are even practicing corruption. So instead of them to go to the right place and get the right food, the right food stuff, instead of them to spend reasonable cash in getting a very good rice and give to the masses, they end up spending money in getting the wrong food stuff. Look at the kind of rice they are supplying to states, to people. They are giving to people as palliative. Caked rice, rice that has stayed long in the warehouse. They end up getting a cheap article as food stuff, as palliatives, spoilt food. And you know that it will not only be on rice. Other foodstuffs will be as low quality as this. This is the reason why people collecting government palliative need to be very, very observant, or else they will end up eating poison in saying that they are eating foodstuff or eating palliatives. You can imagine what they cannot do to themselves, they end up doing to the poor masses, to the common Nigerians, which is very bad. Our government is very bad. We are greedy, we are selfish to the bone, and this is not good. It doesn't augur well. I don't know where we are heading to. When are we going to change from this selfishness and wickedness? Where are we heading to? I don't know. Nigerian government, we need to change from this wicked act. We need to change. Avoid greediness and selfishness. Imagine they were giving billions of nairas to to donate to the masses. They were giving billions of naira to provide palliatives for the masses. See the kind of palliative they are giving to the masses. You can imagine at the end of the day, it will be written and it will be announced that um, so bags of rice has been given to so people. You can imagine, look at the kind of bag of rice they gave to the people. Look at, I salute the courage of this governor, Seyi Makinde, for taking this move to expose the federal government. Yes, you don't need to keep it. You don't need to keep it, because if you keep it to yourself, believe you me, the people will bounce back at you. They will bounce back at you and say that you are the one that gave them poison. They will bounce back at you and say that you are the one that gave them this food stuff. They will not point finger at the government. Their accusing finger will be at you, the governor. They will point it at you. They will accuse you. They will accuse you over and over and over. And you will do nothing about it, because at first when you're supposed to speak, you refuse to speak. You can imagine the shared wickedness the federal government has shown to the masses. This is in fact, I'm disappointed in our government. Well, I'm disappointed. This is a disgrace, a big disgrace to the Nigerian government. You see, this is what we are talking about. They say lockdown. Lockdown, you are giving us shaft as food. Lockdown, you are giving us poison as palliatives. Lockdown, you refuse to share the money given to you to the masses. Lockdown, you are making hunger to finish the life of the poor masses. I don't know where we are heading to. Look at what a friend of mine was telling me today. That a government official was giving 50 bags of rice to share to his locality, to his local government. This selfish and wicked human being, I don't know how to qualify him, government official, this wicked and selfish and heartless government official, removed 35 bags and kept to himself, and distributed only 15 bags to the local government. Is that not greediness? Is that not selfishness? This is sheer wickedness. We will never change. Tell me, that 35 bags that he has kept to himself, those 35 bags are the ones he's going to later sell off and keep the remaining and keep the money to himself. You can see how our governments are stealing. So you can see the reason why some local governments, and you can see the reason why people keep saying that they have not gotten anything, which is true. Nothing has come to them, nothing has been given to them, and it is true. You can see the whopping bags of rice this government official kept to himself. He has refused to share it to the people. He kept it to himself, just himself alone. This is sheer wickedness and greediness to the highest level. You see, that is Nigerian for you and what we are known for. We are known to be greedy. We are known to be selfish. We are known to be self-centered. We only know our own belly. We don't know of any other person. We don't want to know how the other person is surviving. We don't want to know what the other person is going through. Whether they have eaten or not, that is their own business. Provided they are okay, they don't want to know about the common Nigerians. You can imagine providing a rice, a rice that has been caked, providing it for the God bless Seyi Makinde for this. God bless you. You will live long. You will succeed in your administration. Our federal government, they will never change in this their selfish and heartless attitude. You can imagine. Now they are even still thinking of extending. See, if they refuse to change, God will descend on them. And I believe my God. My God is a God of his words. He will descend on them. Let